where something really bad is happening in the fucking Woolworths facility right there. Yeah, like a minute from home, so I'm gonna walk home, but this is the similar sound that I keep hearing, like chains and trapdoors. They keep telling me something about dogs. They keep saying that I'm on a planet full of dogs. I don't know what that means. I love dogs, obviously, but and cats. But all animals. That's not the point. That does not look like the moon that I've been seeing every other night. That is not the same moon. All the colours have thick dust on top of them. All the colours. Thick dust. I can't turn the light on the camera. So this is Adamson Street that I'm on, Blakeview. And this one is Rawlings. Rawlings. But yeah, they keep telling me that I'm a cat on a planet of dogs and stuff like that, or that I'm on a satellite and I'm not even on the home planet, or that I am, a planet, like they're throwing around Venus and Edia and things like that, and that they've got me trapped and they're siphoning me. So there's a few different narratives that they've been running. I don't know what the fuck to do at this point, because they keep telling me that I'm, messing things up by getting out and about and just talking, and I don't really give a shit. Like, I know what's going on here. I don't know my intentions. Like, normally I wouldn't stand out in my lane and talk on my phone because I'd be too embarrassed. But there's something weird about this that makes it normal, because, like, I don't even know what's going on. And what the fuck are the options? I sit inside the house and die. I can't go anywhere else. I try and help anyone that needs help. I don't know what the fuck. These might not even be any people here that need help. Like, I might be the only one. I don't know. I don't know what to do. So this is what it is. But yeah, I miss Jet. And they keep pushing me to think about myself all the time. memories, they keep dragging up memories and make it think about herself and how she looks and all this, and, it's just mental, but it's more painful for me to think about him, so, whatever, but, they'll plant stuff and it's messed up. But yeah, my stomach is absolutely churning. Can you hear that? They use things like my roller door to cover these like tremor things that happen. And I wasn't sure at first if they were saying they were mind wiping people, which I know is probably a real thing actually, because they've been trying it on me and they have succeeded a few times, like with thoughts. But I've been really diligent on watching that. So obviously I was one of the first ones that they started testing this one out on, in this situation. The other thing is they're jamming signals. That's the other thing they were saying. I keep hearing like a clicking, like a I don't know if it's like a wheel, like crunching wheel, clicking. And my shoulders are so messed up. My shoulders are being hiked up so high. Yeah, I'm just talking because all I try and do is get out whatever's happening every day. Obviously still sane and able to speak, but tired, exhausted, fatigued as well. And just can't believe that, people have, that this has happened. Really? Just can't believe it. She's just pushing me right now. She pushes, like, my voice to try and get weird things to happen. Like, this is all frequency. Very interesting what they've done and why they've data mined people like me, like a super empath. That's what they're calling me anyway. Because of the depth, of emotion that I can hold and put up with. Like in the beginning, I sat on the back step at Northfield, and I remember, trying to heal demons and things that were coming through. When all this was happening, they were throwing a lot of stuff at me. So, yeah, I was just like, I can't even explain it. It's telepathy. It's not really words. And yeah, did some work like that. I can't remember what my point was. And yeah, that's when they discovered, like, I had a fairly high capacity for, like, pain. And unfortunately, I think even worse, they're using my frequency. When I was at the Lyle McEwen Hospital during my son's trafficking in 2017, I had a moment where things were so horror-filled. I dropped on the pavement, on the ground, at the back there of the hospital. And I've never felt such pain in my entire life. Like, I needed it to go away immediately. It was kind of that. It was like the end of the road stuff. And I think that they've used that as a frequency. They were, terming it suicide frequency and things like that. So really disgusting and scary stuff. and they've had absolutely no right to do this. Like, that's the point I want to make. Absolutely no right to data mine me for any of this information, because it's been used in the most disgusting way. And yeah, that's all I can do at this point, is make that point really clear, is I never signed any contracts. I never agreed to anything. We were targeted by a pedophile ring, and then it went to this. Even at a higher level, I need to keep, stating that. Like, this is not, I am not complicit in this. I have not agreed to this. I've been, nothing good comes of people touching you, like, sexually, okay? So no one can come to me and tell me that this is what it's not, okay? Because that is not okay. It just doesn't matter. I'm talking about the energetic cords and the touching, like the energy stuff. And they're trying to run these narratives that there's someone, do you know what I mean? And this is one thing I've pinpointed with what's going on here, is I think they're kind of making people believe that there's some sort of angelic partner, for you on the other side. I don't know, I'm just throwing this out there, because everything I say, they come back and counter, and that is always a possibility too. But people know the truth, and if they were telling the truth, then they wouldn't be, blocking it, basically, which is what's happening. So yeah, they've been running that one, which is really hard to cope with, because they keep throwing pictures in my face and names and just, repeatedly, stuff like that, which is really imposing. And that is so far from me. It fucking makes me sick, actually. I don't even follow any kind of media. I'm not interested in what anybody else does. I'm just not that, right? I'm kind of country. So really hard, because they also are saying that I'm, connecting with these people and torturing them and all this kind of stuff. Is insane. But it takes away from the fact that this is about my son, Jet, and I just miss him, and I don't know where he is, and I'm sort of sitting here and being tortured by all this kind of trauma stuff every day, with his voice. Even I just walked around the streets and I can hear his voice even. My throat is so messed up at the moment, and all I do is smoke, I guess. Take away the fact that this is about my son, and trying to get me to think about stuff like that, which is really not on my agenda at all, like, obviously. So yeah, not good. Trying to cope with, like, pushing these projections and stuff away. I was just sitting here and remembering, like, as I was looking out there, being pulled out of my body here when I was sleeping up in the room. And, like, whenever that happens and someone's, like, pulling you out, forcing you, it just feels kind of weird, like, and I remember being pulled out here and through, like, the whole house, out here and across there, wearing some sort of black outfit, and then going into some cage, or kind of like, look like a garage, I guess, but with cage doors on the outside. So I don't even know. I don't even know what's been happening, but now they're crushing my spine. So, and for some reason, they're desperately trying to cover the fact that they came to the nightclub through a portal that night. So I think that's probably a pretty big point in all of this, because they keep trying to cover that.